ditch that title. Does anyone else here like Scrabble? Guys, I don't have a counter, so this is really hard. I did the best makeup yesterday. It was so good. I have a picture, I'll insert it. It was literally bomb, and I'm gonna do that while just chatting with you guys today and letting you guys know who I am, what I'm about. I am 21, I'm a Leo, and I'm an only child, which I guess that combination together makes me sound like hell. Okay, I'm a Leo, Aries, Leo. That makes me sound like hell. I grew up in Michigan and I'm living in LA now. I moved here a little over a year ago and I love it so much. This Clinique moisturizer has been a go-to of mine since like high school. Step one to this makeup routine is an extremely hydrated base. When it comes down to primers, I have a few go-tos. First, Milk Hydro Grip. We save her for the special times. We have the dupe, which is the Power Grip. It's not the same, but it works. It's comparable. I have this one, which I usually do when I'm doing like a lighter makeup because it also provides a little coverage. This one's really cool though. It's like supposed to help get rid of pores. But today, I'm gonna go with the e.l.f. one. I moved here because I feel that I'm a very creative individual and just could not thrive to my fullest potential in Michigan. I just felt like so much more was available here in LA, or honestly in any big city, but I actually just got really lucky and met the most amazing roommate here, and it just fell like together like literally like a puzzle, like a beautiful puzzle. I'm starting with just underpainting, whatever that means for you. I just started doing this, so just kind of trial and error. Being that I'm an only child, I had to find a lot of ways to entertain myself growing up, and that's kind of how I got into content creation, because my gymnastics friends know that I was a diehard video star girly. I actually did have a YouTube back then for like a second of my video star like edits. I was just very artsy as a kid. Like I always had an arts and crafts bin. I remember my mom used to give me her old like credit cards or gift cards when I was younger, and she'd cut them up and give them to me, and I could like make collages with them or something. I remember I would make like clay from scratch. I was doing stuff all the time as a kid that definitely molded me into the person that I am today, because I still carry so much creativeness with me. Like I have so much that I want to do. So let's talk about some of that. I was a resin artist in 2020, guys. I made ashtrays, I did all of that. After that, I sold at vintage and reworked flea markets. I love reworking clothes. I loved thrifting. After the pandemic is what sparked my interest. I discovered the Goodwill outlet, just kind of became addicted to thrifting, and then I was like, fuck, I have too many clothes, what do I do? And I started selling at vintage flea markets. I still have such a passion for flea markets, and like I said, I want to keep doing that. There's a few things I sewed like from scratch, or like, you know, like made my own pattern for, but I'm definitely still a beginner when it comes to sewing, and I want to get better at it. If you guys have never heard of cyano type printing or sun printing, it is one of the coolest things to ever exist. If you want to learn how to screen print but it's intimidating to you, like you need to cyano type print. I had a lot of fun cyano type printing, and it was way easier in my opinion than the process of screen printing, and I created some really cool things, sold them on the Depop. This is the best foundation in the whole entire world in my opinion. Some people hate it, but I love it. I literally just want this channel to be an expression of myself creatively, whatever ways that may be. Oh, something else that really defines who I am is books. I love books, but honestly, I have not always loved books. I was never a book girly in school or anything like that. In probably 2022, I think it was, I read The Four Agreements for the first time. If you haven't read it, you need to read The Four Agreements. It's really good. I was already kind of on a little self-help journey after a breakup in 2021, but in 2022, that's what really just like, boom, like that's what I'm on, self-improvement, nothing else. I'm like my selfish era, and The Four Agreements kind of helped me with that. Reading in general became a very center of my life after reading that, because I just started reading so many self-help books and really relying on those as like a form of knowledge to better myself, along with podcasts and workbooks and journaling. Cannot thank journaling enough. Do you guys see that base? Oh my god. As far as self-help goes, I kind of transitioned beyond self-help to self-exploration. That will become a resurfacing topic here, and just something I'm going to share, like my journey with that. Obviously now I'm completely not in my selfish era like I was just talking about. I have actually been seeing someone for like over a year now, and it's been great. I love him so much. A few of our relationshipy TikToks went a little viral, and a lot of people were commenting like this is like very like and I don't know how to say this without sounding rude, and I don't mean this as a diss to anyone, like we've all been there. Some of the comments seemed a little desperate for a relationship, okay? Like I'm not judging anyone. A lot of the comments seemed like desperate for a relationship, but one thing I just want to mention about my relationship now is that, and I also feel like the most fruitful, I don't know if that's the right word, but like we're both like growing blah 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 relationship I've ever been in. See, like I have such bad ADHD, I keep getting off track and I keep forgetting what I'm talking about. Oh, is that like we found each other when we were not looking. Like I think both of us were thinking on a much more casual level than where we've ended up now. Although we were always very intentional. I think that's a very good like thing to be aware. Be intentional with someone, but just don't like crave an outcome out of a situation. In my last relationships, I feel like I started dating them and then realized that we weren't compatible. And I feel like with my relationship now, we tried to test our compatibility before completely saying like, do we want a relationship? Do we not want a relationship? Like I'm really bad at multitasking, guys. I don't know if this makeup's gonna turn out good. But like I said, with my other relationships, it was kind of just like, we met each other, we liked each other, we're in a relationship. So I had been in 2 other relationships before this one, by the way, just for context, guys, because like, let's go. Girl talk here, like, just girl talk zone. Relationships are definitely something like, as an only child, I always wish like I had like an older sister or something to talk to about that. I want to be yours, like older sibling or just like, you know, sibling chat, bestie chat. I don't say any of that to judge anyone who's feeling like, oh, I really want a relationship right now. I will just say that like you are where you're supposed to be. So just embrace that and whatever that means, and whatever is yours is already yours. You're just trying to get to that point. So don't spend so much time worrying. I only recently started using brushes for blending my concealer. And guys, I might be bought over. I had tried it once before and I hated it, but I think I just didn't have the right brush. This is the Sigma Concealer Blend Kabuki. We love her. I started carving my bronzer. I just feel like having not only a relationship, not only a romantic relationship, but also like your friendship, your platonic relationships. Surround yourself with people who support you, who make you feel confident to do the things you want to do and get to the next level. I'm just a girl, and to prove for that, guys, this whole thing is full of lippies. Lip products are in here. Also, me and my roommate, we actually created a podcast. It just started out of our little kitchen talks we would be having, and we're like, bro, we need to create a podcast. And we really just did it. We brought it into the works, and we have 2 new episodes coming out soon, so stay tuned. It is kind of about all the things I'm talking about. We're both very creative people. I really do encourage anyone watching this, like if you want to start a podcast, if you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to start TikTok, I don't know, if you want to start whatever, just like do it. Stop thinking about like the what ifs or like all the questions that come with it. Like if you have a passion, if you have an interest, I don't really think there's any excuses at this point. Like obviously your brain's gonna make some, but I think that most of the time, especially if it's something creatively or something you've been wanting to do, like there's a reason you want to do it. Your brain didn't have that thought for no reason. I was raised in a multi-religious, multicultural family, a split up one at that. So there's a lot of tug of war that comes with not only like my actual like internal identity, but like just everything. Just actually like my whole identity is, I actually don't think I've ever known who I am. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how mixed kids feel. They don't feel because they haven't belonged anywhere their whole life. Like that sounds exaggerating, but it's actually crazy true. Ugh, I forgot to spray setting spray. I usually like to do it before I do any powders. On top of that identity crisis, yeah, I grew up in a very, very small town. Small-minded, small town, very white. It's not a fun time. That is one reason I really want to get out of Michigan. Just, you know, still the overall vibe that you have to deal with sometimes. So I'm gonna say fuck it and just spray this anyways. I won't lie to you guys, because I was chatting it up and not really like focusing. It doesn't look quite as good as it looked yesterday, but like it's okay. I still fuck with her. I'm getting lazy. Like I love getting ready until I don't. Okay, back to talking about being an only child. I will say I met an only child once who said that they fucking loved it and they loved being the center of attention, and that outweighed all the cons for them. For me personally, this looks so dog shit. What the fuck? Why doesn't it look like yesterday? I don't understand how that happens. I think there's pros and cons like with anything, but I will say more than that, I was bored because, so my mom did have foster kids for a little bit, and I had a lot of fun. I also grew up closely with my cousins, and that was really fun. Like I loved being around people, but both of my like groups of cousins, they all had siblings. So I was always like the single one out. I was always very lonely. I don't know if I can do my lashes while like continuously like talking and chatterboxing. Lately, because I've been lazy, I just do like 2 on the outer corner. Oh my goodness, how could I forget to mention this? I'm an animal lover. I have 2 cats. They're my childhood cats. I moved out with them, and I had my first cat when I was like a toddler. I named her Hello Kitty. I annoyingly treat my cats like they're my children, and thankfully my boyfriend does the same thing. He always refers to them as kids. They are our children, and I love them. He loves them. We all love them. You just put some glue, and then you put your lash. It's just that easy. I also love doing my own gel X. It's so fun. I really want to get licensed, certified, whatever you want to call it. But I love having full creative freedom over my nails and what I want to do and all of that. These are what the final lashes look like. I feel like I'm not done, but we're going to call it done and move on to my hair. Oh my goodness, does anyone else here like Scrabble? I love Scrabble. I grew up playing Scrabble. Also got my boyfriend hooked on Scrabble. We're competitive. Yeah, we're competitive, but it's how we show our love. Little secret, I'm just wearing and doing the same hairstyle as yesterday because I didn't get enough pictures in one of the outfits that I took pictures in yesterday. Another random fact about me, I have 2 celebrity lookalikes, so I've always been told since I was little. Little Zendaya, young Zendaya, and Bella Hadid and Gigi Hadid. I mean, shake it up young. But like the Hadid sisters, I guess I only get it when my hair is slicked back, so that's what brought me to that. So cute, I love it. I actually only tried MAC lip liners recently. Who was gonna tell me they were worth it? Like, this is Chestnut. She's amazing. This Spring Fling. Yes, it's Spring Fling. That's the glam. That's the hair, that's the base. That is how I did it. And guys, it does not look airbrushed like yesterday, so we're gonna ditch that title idea. I'm gonna shake out the outfit, okay? Natural light is just so much better. I recently got this Pepper Mayo, thank you Pepper Mayo, dress, which is so cute. This is what the dress looks like. Next, I love dresses over jeans for spring. Okay, the final fit. I just tried to heavily accessorize everything. I'm really excited to get some flicks in this outfit. Go check out my Instagram to see those. And happy first YouTube video. I'm so excited. Anyway with me